The Arctic is melting, and beneath the ice, a $35 trillion treasure nobody's talking about. The Arctic is warming 4 times faster than the rest of the planet. This isn't just a climate story, it's a war story. Most people think Arctic melting is only an environmental disaster. The actual story? It's opening the world's biggest resource battlefield. USA, China. 3 superpowers are quietly racing to claim what's under that melting ice. Stay with me for the next 5 minutes, because this is the story they don't teach in school. The Arctic holds 13% of the world's undiscovered oil and 30% of its undiscovered natural gas. We're talking about $35 trillion in untapped resources, more than the entire US economy combined. And it's not just resources. New shipping lanes are opening that cut travel time between Asia and Europe by 40%. Your smartphone, your EV, your batteries, they all need rare earth minerals. The Arctic has them in massive quantities. Whoever controls the Arctic controls the world, and every superpower wants to hold it. Russia made its move in 2007, planting a titanium flag on the Arctic seabed, 4,000 meters below the surface. Russia now has 40 Arctic military bases, the world's largest icebreaker fleet, in full control of the northern sea route. Russia already earns 20% of its GDP from Arctic resources. For them, this isn't the future, it's the present. Russia deploys nuclear submarines under Arctic ice regularly, sending a clear message to anyone watching. Russia's Arctic strategy is 30 years ahead of everyone else, and that's terrifying. China isn't even an Arctic nation, but they declared themselves a near-Arctic state and started investing billions. China's Polar Silk Road plan would let them ship goods from Shanghai to Hamburg in just 20 days instead of 48. China has been quietly buying Arctic research stations, ports, and infrastructure across Greenland, Iceland, and Norway. Misconception: China is just doing Arctic science. The actual story? They're building a permanent strategic foothold. While Russia and China moved for decades, the US was asleep on Arctic strategy. Now, they're scrambling to catch up. The US even tried to buy Greenland, twice. Denmark said no, but the desperation tells you everything about how important Greenland is. The US has only 2 heavy icebreakers. Russia has 46. That gap is a national security crisis in slow motion. Whoever adapts fastest wins this resource war. Right now, Russia holds the remote. China is reaching for it. America just showed up. Here's the cruel irony. The faster the ice melts, the more resources become accessible, which makes nations drill more, which melts more ice. If the Arctic fully melts, sea levels rise 7 meters. Cities like Miami, Mumbai, and Dhaka go underwater. 3 nuclear-armed nations competing in a shrinking space with no clear international law. One miscalculation and this becomes something far worse. The world is choosing between short-term profit and long-term survival, and right now, profit is winning. Now you know what's really happening under the melting ice. The question is, what happens next? The Arctic needs international cooperation. But with $35 trillion at stake, cooperation requires trusting your competitors, and nobody does that. The Arctic resource war has already begun. You just weren't supposed to know about it. Now you do. Share this.